we just talked about. For some of us who are new to New Covenant,
Yes.
Your teaching is quite different from others. I'll give you an example. You just give an example now. I give you another example, sir. When I listen to your sermon about the people falling down, because that's one of the areas that I thought I have a problem, because I've never seen a pastor that will pray or lay hands on me and then I'll fall down.
So you think there was something wrong with you?
Yes. I think maybe I'm not that spiritual to that level, or maybe there's something wrong somewhere. But when I heard one of your preaching and you explained that, and I was like, oh, thank God, there's nothing wrong with me. But why is it that most of your teaching are quite different from all others? Even though when I listen to it, it makes sense, make me feel peace, but it's still different from all others.
But first of all, I'm not sure I can agree or disagree with you because I don't listen to all others. So I don't know, I don't move in any crowd. You know, somebody says you are the average of the 5 people you most move with. You're the average of that 5. Be like them. So I watch who I move with. I like to move with people who will help me be closer to God rather than just to prosper in ministry. I really don't know, because some of the things I'm saying now are things I've known for 50 odd years. They're not new to me. I'm just bringing them out in a different format. So since I've been a young Christian, I have had to learn from God directly, which meant that, I don't know whether you've read this in any of my books, but there was a period for 6 months, I read the Bible every 2 weeks. So I know the Bible from cover to cover in different versions. So, because it says in the volume of the book, it is spoken of me. You want to know Jesus, you must know the Bible. Amen. So I used to read and read and read, go to the library, spend 12 hours a day reading the Bible. Then I will spend another 6 hours on my knees, waiting on the Lord. Waiting means, Lord, please reveal yourself. I don't want to copy other people. I want to copy you. But for me to see you, I have to wait for you to visit me. You know, the Holy Spirit is likened to a dove, not a pigeon, not a sparrow, not an eagle as much. We are the one who has to rise up like the eagle, but he's not an eagle. He's like a dove, and a dove is very, very gentle and sensitive. If an area is not peaceful, he will fly away. So it's the same. If your mind is anxious, if your mind is agitated, if you bring in, like one day I was praying and God says, don't bring anxiety into my presence. Wait till you calm down first. We have been taught to pray. Very few have been taught to wait. Literally wait. Just on your knees. When you are learning to do it, you will go to sleep on your knees. The devil will say, I've been on my knees for 5 hours and I've slept 3. I said, yes, but at least I didn't get up. I fell asleep on my knees. I know I've been on my knees for 5 hours because kill dog has been affecting my knees. understand me now? So those are the things that I did and I'm still trying to. So if you move more with God, you'll be more like Him. If you move more with men, you'll be more like them. That's why I don't think Jesus went anywhere apart from with His disciples. Everything else is ministry. Everything else is prayer. So that's why He was like His Father. And He misses the Father. Jesus didn't pray because He had a problem. He prayed because He had a longing to give pleasure to His Father. And my mother taught me this lesson. I left Nigeria when I was 14, and I came back with my wife when I was 24. Yes. So my mother hadn't seen me for about 9 years or so. I was a Muslim boy. When I came back, I was a Christian missionary. And she had missed me so much because when my father died and left some property, they said that only me, out of 12 children, that if Mansour died before 11, the portion given to me should go to the eldest brother. So I had a death sentence from my father's forged will. So my mother had been protecting me ever since. So, and my mother was very, very wealthy. And you know, in the Yoruba culture, if somebody is wealthy, they assume that he had taken one of his children as a sacrifice. If I died young, my mother would not be able to live in Lagos anymore. They will think I had gone because she had promised me to the devil at age 11. So when I survived all that, and she heard that I became born again, she was very glad. Though she was a Muslim at the time, she knew that Satan cannot touch certain Christians. But she wanted to see me as often as possible. So she would ask me to sit down in a little stool. And she would put her hand, palm of her hand, underneath her chin and begin to watch me like a TV program. It was then I realized when we wait on God, we are not really asking for anything. We're letting God see the beauty of His Son reflected in our face. Who says, You understand? We're giving Him pleasure. We want everything to revolve around us. Power, miracle. When God has given up so much, can we not give Him pleasure of our time without any, what do you call it? No request for anything. I don't want anything. I just want you to have pleasure. Can you imagine? My own mother, I will stay there, go there to her in Isaleko for 3 days, maybe Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back to Ibadan, to the church. That's all. I'll give her pleasure. After 6 p.m., I wasn't allowed to go out. The TV that she was watching were very, very boring for me because she thinks the people reading the news were looking into our room. So they put towel in front of it so they can't see us. Very boring, but I knew she was receiving pleasure. So I said, and then at the end of 3 days, she'll give me a fat check for the privilege of just watching me. So when I learned that, I said, there's something greater than prayer. Delight. Giving God delight. When you do, He will give you more than the desire of your heart.